Well, it's that time of year again, kickoff for the big event. Not that event, time to kick off the Granite YMCA 2022 Annual Giving Campaign. Are you excited? I know that I am. This year, the campaign's goal is to raise more than $700,000 from donors in order to support our mission to create a community where all are welcome and build a healthy spirit, mind, and body based on the values of caring, honesty, respect, responsibility, and courage. The Granite YMCA never turns anyone away due to an inability to pay across its 6 facility locations, 2 overnight camps, 6 day camp facilities, and 28 child care sites. In order to do this work, the Granite YMCA relies greatly on volunteers to reach out to their family, friends, colleagues, employers, and strangers to ask for their gifts of financial support. Each of these volunteers, and last year more than 175 people joined the efforts, believe in the mission and work of the Granite YMCA and in our commitment and ability to build better, stronger, and kinder communities by working together. Our Chief Volunteer Officer, Rob Glue, is one such example of this type of commitment to helping support the Granite YMCA. Rob is a member, a donor, and a volunteer who wears many hats, including that of campaigner for our annual giving campaign. Let's kick off this kickoff with a word from Rob.
So my name is Rob Glue. I am the Chief Volunteer Officer for the Granite YMCA. Prior to that, I've served on the Executive Committee and Buildings and Grounds Committee for the Granite Y. Annual campaign is important to me as a campaigner because I have an opportunity to bring awareness to people that maybe don't know about the Granite YMCA and what we offer. When I first joined the Granite YMCA in 2015, I attended an annual dinner, and it was at that annual dinner that 4 kids got up and spoke about the impact that the Granite Y has had on their lives. And after that dinner, I went and looked into the programs that they were offering at the Y. And I didn't know about any of them. I had never participated in them. I had never really heard about them prior to my volunteerism. It's those programs, the impact of those programs that those kids were speaking about that night. And you could hear the passion, you could feel the passion in the words that they were saying. The START program, STAY, STRIVE, Power Scholars, to be able to offer something like that for the kids that are at risk, the children that maybe don't have the same means that I had when I was a kid. And most of us don't have those struggles. Most of us don't have, to worry about where our next meal is going to come from. Some of these kids in our community have challenges we'll never know. And that struck me, striking me now again. We can do better for the kids in the community, and when we do better for them, they will in turn do better for us in the future.
And what's your Y story?
So my Y story starts in Rochester, New Hampshire. I was a high school student. I didn't have a lot of money, and the YMCA in Rochester was part of the hockey rink in the community center of Rochester. And through a relationship with my best friend, he and I worked out together. I ended up marrying my wife, who was one of his friends from work. So my Y story leads to my wife and my 2 children.
This year, our campaign is being managed by Kelsey Batchelder, who joined the Granite YMCA as our annual campaign director in June. Kelsey's belief in our mission is apparent each and every day she is in the office. Her passion for the work we do and her unwavering belief in the annual giving campaign model, her confidence in our volunteers to make the asks to raise the needed funds, and her gratitude to our past, present, and future donors are the fuel which powers the entire organization to build better, stronger, and kinder communities across New Hampshire. Although she is a rookie this season, she works like an all-star veteran.
My name is Kelsey Batchelder. I'm the annual campaign director at the Granite YMCA, and I'm here to talk to you about our 2022 annual giving campaign, which is kicking off, and our theme is Better, Stronger, Kinder, Together. What the campaign does is it really allows everyone to have access to these critical programs at the Y. If someone is able to access childcare and then they can go into the workforce, then maybe that solves an additional problem for them. Maybe they can go not worry about where their next meal is coming from. And it'll really just keep going when we give people the resources to help one another. When you think about it alone, maybe you don't feel like you have as much of an impact, but if everyone comes together and is giving what they can, that will add up so fast and be able to do so much good for the community at the Granite Y. Our case statements are really helpful in demonstrating the numbers about what our campaign has done in the past with last year's campaign and going forward, what different dollar amounts can do. I worked one summer at the STEM Discovery Lab at UNH Manchester, and the Power Scholars went to the STEM Discovery Lab, and we worked with some other YMCA students. And I had one student tell me, very excited after working on a different science project, that she didn't get to do stuff like that very often, and that it was a different experience for her and that she was really enjoying it. And that really stuck with me, because you never know what these kids may be inspired by, what they may want to pursue later in life because of these experiences. And if they don't get them in their everyday schooling or don't have the resources to get them elsewhere, we want to make sure that we can provide that.
What's your Y story?
My Y story goes back a bit. I used to go to what was at the time the Nutfield YMCA to do things like T-ball. My Girl Scout troop would meet there. It's now the YMCA of Greater Londonderry, and now it's a part of my work.
Our volunteers who go out and ask for donations to support the work of the Granite YMCA are the bedrock for our being able to do what we do. The reasons that motivate our volunteers to do what they do are as various and diverse as our branches, camps, programs, and campaigners. Let's hear from some of our nearly 200 volunteers for the Granite YMCA 2022 Annual Giving Campaign.
The most important part about the Y is that it crosses all boundaries. It transcends our entire community.
There's a huge impact happening here, and it's hard to see it because when you think about the day-to-day actions of the Y, we just see these great connections and interactions and programs without understanding how deep it goes into the overall health and well-being of society.
The PASTA program is parenting a second time around, and it was developed in response to the large number of grandparents raising grandkids, and it helps in all aspects of their lives as well as the grandkids' lives.
This area has a lot of people who are lost jobs due to COVID and different other things, and we're able to help them still bring their kids and keep them active and help them learn and grow.
My image of what the Y is supposed to be is matched by what the Y does.
The relationships that the Y helped me forge undoubtedly changed my life. And so I would say just the relationship building and the leadership experience that, hey, I have something to offer others, and that I can kind of step up and help others see their fit in the world and how they can contribute and how they're positive forces to be reckoned with.
I serve the Y because it compels me to make our communities better and help everyone in the region to really achieve their optimal wellness. I'm a cancer survivor, and serving the Y has really given me, after my kind of new lease on life, a tremendous sense of purpose.
Best thing the Y does is it brings people together for all kinds of wellness things and just social interaction. We've all been separated and isolated, and I think it's even more critical now that we bring people back together again. I'm going to be asking people to help make that happen.
We're living in times where people are so busy that they are often socially disconnected.
Because of the simple fact that COVID has limited our ability to have that connection. So something as simple as $5 a month, $10 a month, you're talking 1 to 2 coffees or maybe a fast food meal that someone could donate monthly to the Y is going to allow children, adults, seniors to participate in programs even if they're financially not able to pay the full membership.
Not to sound like cliche, but every dollar does help, because if our goal was $999 and we needed $1,000 and you're on the fence and all you can give is $1, that dollar brought us to $1,000. So you might not know the impact of the money that you do give.
So I stress the importance of this as an opportunity in really challenging times, and I stress what the Y has done during these very difficult times. We have always been there. We've not shut our doors or our eyes to the people that need us, and because of that, our community is better. And I would offer people to help us continue with that approach.
Laura Kenoi is a name and voice you may first relate to NHPR. After a distinguished career at New Hampshire Public Radio, Laura turned her time and talent to the YMCA of Concord, our newest Granite YMCA branch. She can sometimes be found now in a YMCA of Concord studio or on the pool deck there. Her Y story is not about radio, studios, or pool decks.
My name's Laura Kenoi. A lot of people know me as the former host of New Hampshire's top radio talk show, The Exchange, which aired for 25 years on New Hampshire Public Radio every morning live at 9. So that's how a lot of people know me. I'm from New Hampshire. I moved back to New Hampshire from Washington, D.C. in the mid-90s. I remember one day pretty early on, I was feeling kind of sad. I missed my friends. And there was this gentleman who worked at the front desk, Hector, who was just the biggest sweetie. And Hector said, "Hey Laura, how you doing?" And I almost started crying because it was like, at the Y, I matter for me. It's been that way for 26 years. It's awesome. It is absolutely my happy place. I just know how important it has been for me in my own life to have this institution here. We're tired of being isolated. We haven't been getting out and moving around and gathering and exercising the way we should. The Y is doing everything it can to address that piece, that physical and mental wellness piece. It's more important than ever for people to just come, be in community, be healthy, and feel like somebody cares about them.
What is your Y story? What does the Granite YMCA do that resonates with you? Is it our quality child care and after-school care programs? Is it our pasta programs? Is it water safety and swimming instructions? Is it our diabetes prevention program? Is it playing hoops? Is it summer camp or summer overnight camp? Is it educational support and enrichment programs like Y Start, Y Stay, Y Strive, and Power Scholars Academy? Is it our health and fitness centers? Is it tennis or gymnastics? Is it that the Y is more than a gym, it's a cause? Is it our belief that nobody is ever turned away due to an inability to pay? How do you see the Granite YMCA building better, stronger, and kinder communities across New Hampshire? Remember that only together with volunteers and donors like you can we do what we do. Let's kick off the Granite YMCA 2022 annual giving campaign, Better, Stronger, and Kinder together.